you're looking for a psychic forecast for summer 2024, you're in the right place. I see one of the presidential candidates possibly pulling out. A global economic collapse followed by a reform, the discovery of the largest diamond mine or precious mineral mine in the world, a possible global tsunami. And these aren't even the biggest events that are going to shape summer 2024. We're not about doom and gloom here, but we don't sugarcoat it. My objective is to assist you and to help you to prepare. And at the very end of this video, I have about 3 pages of automatic writing, channel material about the most important thing, the most important change that's going to happen during summer 2024. Hi, I'm Adam, and welcome to the Medium channel. I predicted this pandemic that we've just been through, as well as the exact month that the shots would roll out and the passports and all that before the first cases even came on our shores. That said, I don't know anything. Anything that I'm sharing has come to me through spirit. Timelines are fluid, so predictions are not absolute. They can change as we change. So understand that there are going to be surprises. There are going to be things that happen that I'm not sharing right now. I'll be surprised just like you. The main thing is, it's a huge change. It's a vibrational shift that's going to be fueling a lot of changes this summer, and I'm going to dive into that a lot more. Lately, I've been seeing death everywhere. Death is change and transformation. It's not a bad thing. It will be a time to herald in a new light, a new reality, a new era born out of compassion, born out of the spiritual values, spiritual human values, where this old paradigm that's born out of greed and power over others is about to fall. Notice the glasses are on. That means I mean business. So when I was preparing my notes, I went into channel mode and wrote like a page and a half that I'm actually going to read to you. This is the most important thing to know. Then we'll talk about the different predictions or the forecasts, and then at the end, then I'll share with you the automatic writing, that's even more important, but it all ties in. Let me begin here. So the main thing is our reality, collective consciousness, Earth consciousness is undergoing a quantum leap during this time. I explained in a recent video what that means, which you can see above, especially as it applies to consciousness. But basically, it is a dimensional shifting that is occurring. A quantum leap isn't really a leap, but rather a extremely rapid passage through a realm of infinite possibilities that happens from a lower to a higher frequency state. And that realm of infinite possibilities, that's called the quantum field. The quantum field, these fields of infinite possibilities, we're going to be more aligned with that. We're going to be closer to that. And this is amazing, because what that means is that we can access these fields where all possibilities exist. It's the realm of spirit to create a new reality on Earth, individually as well as collectively. This is the most important thing to know about the summer and about these energies. As you shift frequencies and vibrate on a higher dimensional reality on Earth, you can create your new life consciously through blending with the fields. And we teach that on the channel. We've got videos for that for you to check out. And charging them with feeling, so you get very, very present. You're a nobody, as Dr. Joe Dispenza explains, not a somebody. You get very, very present, and you blend with the fields, and then you feel that's the heart. You feel the gratitude of your new reality, if it's already real, and you visualize it with all your senses in the present moment. That's the mind or the brain. So that's the heart-brain coherence. And if you do this during this time, it's going to have more power. What new life do you want to create now? We can do that individually and collectively. So I've got a long list here of predictions for you. I'm just going to read them. That's the easiest way. I would never remember this. And let's start out with politics. Fun. So the first thing is either Trump or Biden pulls out. And honestly, I've been getting this feeling like come November that neither of those names may be on the ballot. And Although recently an alternate timeline was presented to me where Donald Trump actually wins but then leaves office in a year or two, citing things like maybe my mission is done, I've exposed the corruption. Whether you believe him or not, that's your call. I'm not here to impose any of my political views. I tend to be more of a moderate anyway, and I like to just take it all in and just see what's going on behind, because there's a level of corruption behind the political system that one way or another is going to come out, and Donald Trump will be the agent of change, whether it's by his own doing or it's just whatever reason, his own idiocy or his own genius, take your pick. This is going to expose a lot, and it's going to change the world. I've been saying this since before 2016. So anyway, that's a little bit about that. And health for one or both candidates comes up maybe later in the summer. Demonstrations and protests brewing up around the capital and state capitals. So we can look for an uptick of demonstration protests that could get a little bit violent, unfortunately. I'd also think some possible revisiting of the George Floyd killing or similar things like that. So we may get more about like police corruption, racism, all that stuff come to the table. Basically, like the fabric of reality is changing, and as that fabric shifts, a lot rises to the surface. A lot of the corruption that's been held by the media, by the governments, has to come out. It's been coming out slowly. It's going to speed up. More legal woes for both candidates, and one of their sons maybe. Mysterious disappearances of witnesses, high-ranking officials, etc. The major victories we've seen in Europe of the far right is very telling on changes that are happening in world politics and here in the United States. Shocking news in August around King Charles of the royal family, so look after that. There may be something really going on there with the King of England. See, picket lines, demonstrations heat up. People more triggered than ever, so be patient, okay? Again, and I also got an image of Trump in jail, so that may be literal, although I can't, knowing what I know about Donald Trump, I can't see him not appealing, and that could be symbolic. It could be house arrest. But I get this idea of him running a campaign from jail. I'll put it that way again. It might be symbolic. So let's move on to climate. Yes, the climate's changing. It's getting warmer. We know all of that. So intense. This is something that's really noteworthy and frankly a little disturbing for myself, somebody that studied weather, meteorology, climate, natural habitats, and all that. We're experiencing a warming of the Atlantic, especially the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, like nothing that's ever been seen. What's the source? Maybe in another video I'll dive more into that. But whatever the reason for that, it's happening. It's going to have huge environmental impacts that we're going to really hear about during the summer. Marine life death, algae blooms, all that stuff. Remember, even in the winter, or maybe it's the spring forecast, I talked about this summer 2024 being the summer of heat. In fact, in early June, and you can check out that short form video, I told you about a heat wave that was coming to the Northeast, which is happening as I'm filming this video. Well, it's about to happen. So record hurricane season, that's meteorological news, not just psychic news. But the season's likely to be bottom heavy, and part of that is the driving forces of La Nina and stuff like that. Bottom heavy means more storms in the later part of the season than the early part of the season, but record storms, record strength, record numbers. And I was also seeing 3 possible major tropical events affecting the Northeast also. Usually in the Northeast, or inland. Usually that's more flooding than anything, but something to keep an eye on. Fires become a big problem again, unfortunately. Severe weather spikes more than ever, unfortunately, but it's part of the earth changes. It's part of its vibrational, part of it is the warming of the planet, and other factors we may not be aware of. Some of it may be, shall we say, orchestrated, but this is theory. It's not what I'm saying as absolute fact at this time. Major earthquakes possible around the Pacific Northwest. Off of Greece was another area. Mainland China was another area, but it could be anywhere. I'm not going to always hit on the exact areas. Volcanic activity increasing. more solar storms, possibly peaking in August. I think that's when the actual solar polar shift's going to happen. So the 11-year peak of the sunspot cycles and the solar activity likely to culminate this summer. It's also look for a global tsunami possible from an Antarctic ice shelf, although in Antarctic winter those are less likely. Those are more likely during our winters here in the north than winters. Yeah, because the ice is colder, the weather's colder. Still, that could be Greenland also, but a major ice collapse could send a wave through all the oceans, through the entire planet. We'll see. I've been getting this for a while. It hasn't happened yet. It's just good to be aware of these possibilities. I think also connected to another more of a seismic activity. There could be a tsunami this summer that gets headlines, and I'm being shown again around. It may affect like Europe because I'm just seeing like or I'm just seeing that area or Asia. That's what I'm trying to say. Another weird bridge collapse is being shown, maybe a couple, like the Baltimore one. Unusual sinkholes forming in various places. Next on the list is the House of Cards, the facade on this world we once knew, falling more rapidly this summer. More cover-ups exposed. More whistleblowers stepping forward. Mishandling of pandemic may lead the way. Dr. Fauci, hello, WHO, corruption on top level exposed. More and more people wake up, and we're going to see a lot of these exposures on a lot of different levels, not just the pandemic or health, but on a lot of different levels. People are going to know more than ever how corrupt the system is, and that process is likely to continue. But with this great spike of energy, this quantum leap, it's really going to bring things to the surface. It's really going to shake up the vibrations of the physical reality of the earth fields of our collective consciousness, and it's going to allow these things that governments or those that control the governments have been trying to suppress to rise to the surface more easily. It's going to happen because it has to, the way the frequencies are changing and with what's happening. So let's go into the economy also. That's very interesting. We continue to see some markets fail. Implosion of the world financial system is happening. We're seeing that with things going on in Russia and the wars and different things that are going on with the economy. There's a reveal that's likely to happen that's going to show that there's two parties that are really controlling the global financial network. They may be two parts of the, if you want to call them the cabal or the deep state, or those forces that are basically in control of like the governments, the corporations, the world, money, all that stuff. Big winners, big losers in the stock market. So invest wisely. Be savvy. Know what you're in. A crash of like a stock crash can begin as early as late June. I don't think we're going to see major changes in like recession or inflation. It might kind of level out a little bit, but a lot of it is cosmetic. A lot of it is a Band-Aid. We're not really seeing what's going on behind the scenes. So we hear about a strong economy, but it's a strong economy built on a house of cards that could fall with the next major event or even a little event. So keep that in mind, no matter what you're hearing in the news. Crashing, okay. Campaign to undermine currency, to digitalize everything that's already happening. Watch changes in groups like G7, the WEF or World Economic Forum, Group of Seven, the BRICS nations, as part of the economic reset. So there are forces that are trying to reset it in a fair way, and those forces are likely to clash. So we can see countries moving from one organization to another, more meetings, and there could be some major economic shutdowns as soon as August. Again, timelines are fluid, so, things can change, and as we evolve collectively, that can soften the blow of a lot of these, by the way. It's all fluid. So the idea is awaken, help other people awaken, so we don't have to go through so much stress, and we don't have to see so many people suffering as the earth changes as part of the awakening. We can make this more of a smooth process. So let's work together and do that. So moving right along, technology. All right, firstly, AI replacing jobs. We're going to start to really feel that this summer, though. It's probably going to be more towards like 2026 where that becomes a major issue. But not to fear, if I'm getting this right, our governments are going to step in and say, we'll give you money. We know that you're losing jobs. We'll provide you with money, and we'll provide you with jobs that can support our agenda of our world government, basically. So, I mean, what kind of a government system does that remind you of? So we'll see, but that's looming. This suggests that the whole AI, the way it's being rolled out and used, there's a plan behind it, and the plan is usually to centralize, more control, more power, less say of the people, less freedom of the people. So we'll see how that happens. Maybe we can avoid it. So what else? Look for government to step up and offer assistance. All right, I said that. Other advances in medicine technology by September. We may know more about things like frequency medicine, the med beds, whatever. I'm not 100% clear on the status of those. I do believe they exist. New genetic treatments, stem cell treatments, a lot of new advances, and on a lot of areas, inventions. It's a really exciting time. Also, UFOs, we like to talk about that. More spikes in UFOs, more sightings. Some of it is orchestrated, fictitious, using things like maybe AI or holographic imagery or advanced things that governments have. So they want us to fear possible threats from extraterrestrials. Again, that is a centralizing of a power agenda that is pretty known in various communities. That said, there's also higher intelligences, extraterrestrials or interdimensional intelligences, and we do videos on that also because I'm also a communicator, and they're able to telepathically reach me. So more and more people are going to have experiences with real aliens, that are really here to assist humanity during this time of awakening, rather than the opposite. And others are going to have more telepathic communications. That's going to be on the rise. So you may be the next one to start to feel, sense interdimensional or extraterrestrial beings that are here to assist humanity during this quantum leap, during this great change and this great awakening and this evolutionary process. This is all a process, and understand that at the end of the day, when it's all complete, we're going to be on our next level. We are evolving faster as humans than we ever have in known history. So let's see, what else? Health. So, kind of things that you already know. COVID concerns rising, possible new pandemic in the making, things like that. So the last thing with this, then I'm going to get into the channel messages for you, is that more conflicts. World War III, I even hate to say that because it's not going to happen. It's something that's looming again. Fear and stuff like that is a great way to control the masses. We know that. So we're seeing soldiers coming onto shores, maybe U.S. shores, so be aware, although they're saying more likely in Europe, in that area. Major internet site used for military operations gets hacked or exposed. Wars are fought on the cyber battlefield. We see a reflection of that on the physical battlefield, but unfortunately the deaths are still real. The displacement and the refugees are still real. As predicted for the spring, for my spring forecast, China is getting more involved, the Philippines and other countries getting drawn in. I'm also seeing new uprisings in Iran, and there's probably other components to this orchestrated or partly orchestrated world conflict that's developing. Part of it, again, is the release of energy, the release of pain stored within the karmic, within the earth fields and the collective fields. Part of it is the control factor, the desire to control and manipulate humanity. But we're awakening. It's not going to come to that. We're going to awaken too quickly for them. So what else? As frequency shifts happen, it releases tension stored in the aura. I just said that. But also we're seeing more diplomacy, more world organizations, more kind of underground movement. People that work in secret societies. Some of them are more known than others, that believe they have the answers, that they know about the awakening, that they're helping to orchestrate that are behind certain candidates or certain ideologies. So we may see more of those rising to the surface or become more aware. And as I'm talking, they're also talking about more discoveries of things like inner earth beings and tunnels underground, and the trafficking of human trafficking getting exposed, and understanding, and some of the bridge collapses and the earthquakes may actually be forces that are destroying these structures to try to prevent these atrocities that are going on. There's more, and I could make this a really, really long video, but I think we have plenty of information to work with, so we're going to finish up now. And last but not least, here are the channel messages I got through automatic writing from the master teachers, or known as the Council of Light. They're interdimensional beings that work with me, and I do frequency channeling also here on the channel. And by the way, if you're enjoying this, please like and comment and share this with friends, and let's help get this out to more people. So I will just read what I wrote here to you. So you are now on the precipice of your greatest shift yet. Your reality, we shall call it, is going into refining violet range light supported by the blue-green light. Those higher frequencies will be maddening for those who do not clear their vessels. So we call upon you to do this now. We, the master teachers, have been preparing you for the frequency changes through this and other channels that is currently or about to happen. You've reached your first phase of interdimensional shifting, or in essence, separating your consciousness from your human self to better operate on the level of spirit. And this requires a process of adaptation in the energetic field and physical body. So what we say is the frequencies have gotten very, very strong leading up to summer 2024, which is forcing a kind of kinetic tension within the field, which is what is happening right now before a quantum leap. That's what happens before a quantum leap happens. Collectively, we create an energetic environment, and as the tension reaches its threshold, your reality experiences a quantum leap. This is happening on your earth right now, dear ones. And you, dear ones, are the leap. You are the change. So the energies have been intensifying, and you've dealt with ascension symptoms, upheavals in your life, upheavals in your world. Understand it is a necessary part of your ascension and evolution, and it's how you adapt to the frequency changes in your dense physical body, as well as the old primitive mindset of the collective. It is a new dawn now, a flash that will alter the course of your entire civilization in a mere few decades. It is what you've been working for. It's what you've been waiting for. But you must be ready. You must prepare now. The main thing is you develop the ability to be fluid, elastic, and in the flow. Make this your ultimate objective and develop or discover practices to achieve this. Achieve this in your bodies, your mind, in your emotions, in your energy fields. Fluid, pliable, open to the flows of high vibration. As the quantum jump happens, it will be heralded by solar wind and anomalous events in your skies. The hidden door of your society, buried in the sand, is exposed and open. The hidden truths open up. Knowledge, power that was hidden from you, dear ones, by those seeking power over you in the world. You must be elastic in the flow, and you must be adaptable to change. Changes in your world, shutdowns of systems, services, etc. It doesn't have to be that way, but yours is a stubborn breed by your own admission, and this is why you've chosen to develop yourselves, ascend, and be of service during the Great Leap. We know it's not easy for humans to ascend. We've been sharing special exercises with you through this channel, with you for years on the Medium channel, simple and powerful and purposeful, preparing you for the quantum shift. And for those of you who have chosen to take the next step and meet us meet with us at our retreat, you shall receive additional training. And I swear this came through during the channel. I did not add this. So make this the new summer of love, for it's through anchoring in the heart that you quantum leap smoothly. Never be afraid to open your heart. Never be afraid to feel. You have so much love around you to help you through the rough spots of your individual and collective ascension. You just simply cannot carry all the baggage anymore, not where you're going. So clear the energetic fields of old pains, traumas, disease, etc. It's not just carry personally, but karmically, ancestrally, and collectively. Start by just opening, allow, be fluid, be elastic, and simply allow the new frequencies and allow these frequencies to flow through you. They want to heal you. They are of the same source or God that created you and everything in perfect health and balance. It is chi, prana, the force, available in higher resonance than ever before. This is your time to quantum leap to your next level of interdimensionalism because you have been doing the work. For a great many who have not done the work, their quantum leap will involve a spiritual awakening, putting them on the path towards personal development and self-actualization en route to their multidimensional ascension. And for those resisting the heightened frequencies and cling to the dense frequencies during the collective quantum leap, it's just not going to go well for them. This is not the ending, but rather your new beginning. We are with you. We are assisting. Hopeful signs are going to emerge even when things look dark to let you know that you're on the right path. We are the master teachers and we love you. And that is what I have for you. And if you'd like to get to the next part of this video that talks about what's the psychic forecast for the next 5 years or 4 or 5 years, check out this video over here. Thank you for sticking this one out to the end. I love you. See you at the next video.